Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. I am covering the Carlee Russell case. Got some new information I want to share with all of you. I'm going to play a clip because the Jefferson County District Attorney, Lynneice, Washington, she spoke to a lawyer in Birmingham about the Carlee Russell case. This lawyer's name is Eric Guster. I enjoy actually listening to this attorney. He speaks a lot about law in the Birmingham, Alabama area. Well, the district attorney of Bessemer Cutoff, who was supposed to handle the Carlee Russell case, called into a show and they spoke together. And I want to play the clip of them speaking because she provides some insight about the Carlee Russell case. Check this out.
You ready, Lynneice? DA Washington? Hold on. I'm about to add her to the stream. Hi, DA Washington. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for calling. I was like on the live and I'm texting like what's going on. So tell us, let's back up. Tell us, so your office is not handling the prosecution right now, right?
No. In terms of these misdemeanors, my office will not be handling it.
Okay. So, and like a lot of people want to know why, because Hoover mentioned that they were going to screen warrants at your office. And so what transpired with that to get us here?
So let me give your audience a background about the laws in the state of Alabama as it relates to who can issue warrants. And there's a huge misconception that DAs are the ones that issue warrants. But if you look in the Code of Alabama, Title 12, 1451, it is the magistrates who issue warrants. The magistrates are detached and neutral from law enforcement, and they issue warrants. Now, throughout this process, I have been in conversations with Hoover PD. We've discussed possible charges. I've listened to the charges that you discussed on your show, Eric, and you were right on point. And those are the only charges that are foreseeably available right now to charge her with. So normally when there are misdemeanor charges, they typically are prosecuted in that municipality, that municipal court in which they occur. Misdemeanors and traffic violations. In this instance, it would be Hoover Municipal Court. However, Hoover Municipal Court and District Court, State District Court, have concurrent jurisdiction. So we can prosecute cases that would normally be heard in Hoover Municipal Court unless and we can take those if there's a conflict. And our circuit clerk, who has just experienced a tremendous loss. She lost her husband. That was unexpected. And but through all of that, she says that she didn't want this case, which are misdemeanors. The only possible is not prison time. And I've told reporters today, it's not prison time on misdemeanors and traffic violations. It's jail time if you serve any. And she didn't want to treat this case any different regardless of the public attention. She did not want to treat this case any different than a case that she would normally handle. And because there was nothing other than the case, it has public notoriety, nationwide notoriety. Other than that, she was unaware of any reason that we should issue warrants here. So if there are no warrants, there is nothing for us to prosecute. And I want to clear something else up too. That Hoover PD, they really did. They searched for any possible charges that were applicable in this instance, and it was only on Carlee Russell. It was anything to me regarding her parents.
Okay, repeat that last line because you blanked out for a second.
Sorry. the weather is getting bad. They never brought anything to me concerning her parents.
Okay.
Concerning prosecution of her parents.
Okay. And I'm going to answer some questions because people are thinking that you're related to Carlee, and that's not true.
Related?
Yeah, there's about you being her cousin or something, and I told people that you're not related to her to clear that up.
Yes, yes. Definitely let's clear that up. I met the Russells when the world met the Russells. Any case where there is such as this, when there's a child that has been abducted or any type of crime that has been committed, prosecutors represent the state of Alabama. And in this instance, the victim in this case would have been the parents as a victim representative if if something else would have happened and she was unable to come back, or any victim. I looked at the parents as in the seat of being a victim, and that was clearly it. And I've not had lunch, dinner, fireside conversations with the Russells. So I'm not related to the Russells. I think that her mom and dad are very nice people, but I'm not related to them. And also, let me clear something up as well about my relationship with Mr. Anthony. Yes, I've known Mr. Anthony for a number of years. I respect him as a skilled attorney. But we live in a country with laws. We cannot go and live in a lawless society. And anytime a crime is committed, it does not matter about the relationship that a prosecutor has with the defense attorney. When I was in law school, all of my instructors practice law. So it's not uncommon for me to see a judge or an attorney or someone whom I've known for a while. Hold on. It doesn't mean that I'm going to show any deference. In 2017, January 2017, 17th of 2017, I took an oath to uphold the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the state of Alabama as long as I'm a citizen thereof. I took that oath, and it does not matter who is on the other side. In fact, we have cases that Emory and I are dead opposite of one another. So, and Eric, you know how it is. I respect you and love you to death, but there have been
fighting in that courtroom back in the day.
Absolutely, we will fight in the courtroom because it's about justice. It's not about personal relationships in the court of law. It's about justice.
Right. And I mentioned that on a live earlier that our justice system is very, very small. The legal community is very, very small. And I've gone against prosecutors. For example, Judge Shantae Owens, known her whole life. But in trial, I had jurors mad at me for yelling at her. I'm like, I knew her when she was 10. So don't get mad at me. But that's how the system is. And I appreciate you addressing that.
Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Interesting stuff. She would have handled the case, but Hoover Police Department bypassed this district attorney, and now it's in the hands of the Attorney General of Alabama. It's no longer in the hands of locally. It's up the chain of command. What's your thoughts? And then she also talked about her relationship with Emory Anthony, which is Carlee's attorney. She also said she's not related. District attorney said she's not related to Carlee Russell's family whatsoever, and shared her dealings with them in the past, as if the parents were victims at the time. Unclear now the parents' role in this case, though the district attorney said there with Eric Guster, the attorney there, that police didn't go to her about charges on the parents. But I'm wondering now if the parents are involved or anyone else is involved with the Carlee Russell case, because they're still investigating this matter. good stuff, good information. Hopefully you got something out of that. And, you know, thanks to Eric Guster. I shared part of his podcast, but he's good. And he knows a lot about the law in the area, and he's been speaking a lot about this Carlee Russell case, so go check him out. Subscribe to my channel, like, hit the notification button. I am covering the Carlee Russell case. We will talk soon. Stay tuned.